I got something dropped on my X and I was tagged in it, and I decided to do a little bit more digging. Has anybody noticed that since January 9th, the Chinese markets have been continuously rising and have had insane buying pressure? This even comes with individual stocks like Alibaba as well since that time frame. This also comes with gold, comes with silver. But since 109, since that same exact time frame, that marked basically the top for GameStop, and we have been in a continuous downtrend ever since. AMC as well, massive sell-off after 109. Straight to where we're at right now. Now, you all know I'm going to mention Roaring Kitty's 109 420 post, but what does this mean? How could it possibly correlate? And I can't believe that we didn't see this sooner. Well, after a little bit of back and forth with ChatGPT, you could use Grok. Feel free to use Grok. I have the most likely case scenario and probably a possible answer as to when GameStop's going to actually squeeze, and I know where to park my money. The most likely case scenario: basket unwind or capital reallocation. Hedge funds that shorted GameStop and other meme stocks often use basket trades or swaps that tie multiple positions together. Since Chinese markets have been rising since January 9th, institutions could be reallocating capital to chase those gains or cover losses in other positions. This could mean less liquidity flowing into meme stocks like GameStop, leading to its decline while Chinese markets surge. The divergence could be a sign of hedge funds quietly moving money around and adjusting exposure. Now, Roaring Kitty's 109 420 post may be signaling a delayed squeeze or setup where this reallocation or unwind has to conclude before GameStop makes its next move. Now, this is very interesting because at the end of the 420, we also see volume maxed out. So it's clearly a waiting signal. Now, the timing suggests that hedge funds might be rebalancing synthetic shorts or derivatives tied to GameStop, potentially through swaps or hidden positions. If these synthetic shorts are being adjusted while Chinese markets gain strength, it's possible that any upward momentum in GameStop is being artificially suppressed. Now, guys, it doesn't stop there. Again, like I said, I did a little bit more digging. The S&P 500. Okay, look at this, 109, right, January 9th. Right after, we saw a major drop in the SPY where it officially rebounded and decided to make all-time highs. Roaring Kitty then came out on this date where this white line is, and he said, all right, I'll wait as long as it takes. I will wait as long as it takes for these hedge funds, these institutions to unwind positions. Now, why is that? That is because that is going to have a bearish impact on the S&P 500 on SPY. If hedge funds are unwinding large basket positions that include GameStop and other meme stocks, they may need to liquidate broader market positions like SPY to free up capital, which creates downward pressure as institutions sell off liquid, safer assets to manage margin requirements or rebalance portfolios, which could trigger a risk-off environment as liquidity drains. We've seen liquidity dry up on the SPY as it rose to all-time highs. Roaring Kitty came out and he said, fine, I'll wait as long as it takes. And now we are in his timeline. We are waiting in this timeline. If hedge funds are overly leveraged and trapped in short position tied to GameStop or other meme stocks, a major short squeeze would force them to liquidate broader market holdings to cover losses. Large-scale margin calls could trigger massive selling of high liquidity assets, including SPY and tech-heavy names in the S&P 500. Worst case scenario, a violent short squeeze in GameStop and basket stocks could spill over into SPY, triggering a temporary but sharp correction. Now, the Seymour Assis post where the dog is waiting, he's basically telling the loyal shareholders that we will eventually be rewarded, but it's taking longer than expected. 109 hinted that something was set up and likely tied to capital shifting or repositioning. He clearly stated, we're waiting for the inevitable, and we are seeing Chinese markets, we're seeing the SPY give us these signs that he hinted at. Okay, so that's what I want to get out of the way. First of all, like the video, subscribe to the channel since I research, edit, upload, record, not in that order for you guys. I do this for you guys, and I find this very interesting, and I think I figured out where my money's going to be parked. At this point, during this time period, we could see more selling pressure right into 420, which is April 20th. We got about another month before a potential violent squeeze in GameStop, AMC, other basket stocks like BlackBerry, so on and so on. And I was waiting for a good time to bring this up in the video, but HYMC up another 10%, 328. It's time to put our eye on HYMC because it just broke above a critical resistance level at $3. Now it's trading above. The stock does have a 7.4% short interest. It was a little bit higher recently. It seems as if shorts are Starting to get out of this one. I think they're probably going to announce something big. I haven't done my digging any deeper, but we've seen what's been happening with silver as well as gold. HYMC, the small mining companies, are going to get a positive impact from that. Also, more institutions. We have Swiss National Bank adding their GameStop position today. They just continue to add into GameStop. Clearly something is coming. GameStop on the 5-minute was in this rising wedge. It broke out and then it came down, and now it is trying to break out again, but again, no volume. AMC rising wedge as well, but again, no volume. What's happening with the SPY today? Show you the 1-hour chart. Yesterday, the SPY came all the way up into the sell zone right around 570 and 568. Now we came and we cracked lower. Here's what I want to point out to the SPY. Volume tells us a lot. March 14th on Friday, we got this big old green candle with a lot of volume right here that pushed up against 563.50. What happened after that? We seen a ton of volume, double any other candle for the day. What happened after that is the SPY came all the way up to this sell block and got a lot of volume again. Okay, so now you have between 567 and 560 an indecision zone for the SPY. What had happened this morning is you saw large volume at the open with a huge sell candle, and now we are seeing fading volume, also indicating that indecision period. Once the SPY breaks one of these levels with higher volume, it is going to officially pick a direction. I think that is tomorrow on FOMC. I also want to state, if you just take a more macro outlook on the SPY, and if you think it's time for the sell-off to be over, I personally believe that yesterday I talked about scenario 3 being more likely, where Powell's going to hint at earlier rate cuts and the market's going to boom. But this monthly candle does not show that we saw the panic. It doesn't show that we saw panic, right? I see a nice little red monthly candle from 595 to 560, which is a good retracement. But is this it, right? Is this it for the recession crash candle? It just doesn't seem like it. It seems like we have more room to fall on the S&P 500. VIX got a spike up 6%. We're going to see if this thing is going to continue to spike during the Fed meeting tomorrow. Then today we have Trump and Putin sitting on the phone since 10 a.m. They have been on the phone for quite a bit. Fidelity just bought $127 million worth of Bitcoin alongside the huge Bitcoin short that actually closed their $540 million short position on Bitcoin. They made almost $8 million in profit. Now, does that mean they're anticipating Bitcoin to go higher? Not necessarily, but they did profit on their short position. NVIDIA has the GTC conference today, I believe. Right now, they're probably in the conference, actually. I could be wrong, but I believed it was today. Yeah, NVIDIA is breaking above 118. It's likely to come to 122.50 unless this is a fake out and we could come back down to 115.60. Tesla getting another bloodbath, breaking support now at 228. People are basically targeting Tesla vehicles and setting them on fire over in Las Vegas. Lastly, MicroStrategy. I wanted to give a brief outlook on MicroStrategy. You see this descending resistance level on MicroStrategy. Okay, I'm going to remove the drawings right there. If MicroStrategy gets a fake breakout above this trend line, it's going to likely trap bulls, and there's a lot of sell pressure anywhere above that 306 level, between 306 and 345. At some point, you're going to see a breakout candle, and it's likely going to trap bulls here and then immediately come crashing back down. And I just want to warn you if you think about taking a position on MicroStrategy during this breakout. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below, truly, and I also want you to get in the Discord server. Those are the two things I ask. Let me know in the comments down below if you've heard of these theories, if you thought about this, or even if you haven't noticed it on the chart, right? This seems very, very interesting. This is going to crack into April and then have a violent move up right into, late April, early June. Kind of like the requel, right? When we squoze in May, June, the second time. You saw that on AMC as well. But yeah, get in the Discord server. We talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. Best vibes, best people. I post my trades as soon as I take them. We post our gains, post our losses. We have market news in there, so it's a one-stop shop. Dark pool trade alerts, insider trade alerts, analyst upgrades, option sweep alerts, so on and so on and so on. It's a one-stop shop. Best Discord server for the value, in my personal opinion. get in here. And then the second link in the description could potentially pay for Discord, because once you sign up to the free broker using my link and then open an account and deposit, you will start earning up to 30 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, and then 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. So basically, whenever you're not taking a trade, you are getting that percentage back on your cash in interest, which is insane. They're also giving you level 2 order book data, so you can see where whales are loading up and dropping off shares, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. So all of that good stuff. But yeah, for the time being, bearish on the SPY, because when we move up, there's not a lot of volume, there's not a lot of momentum. But when we move down, there's more volume, there's more momentum. But again, as of right now, shorter time frame, micro scale, you have 2 indecision levels. If the SPY cracks one of these and you see volume pick up, that's the direction we're going for the SPY. Same thing if we go up, right? At this point, for the SPY, for GameStop, for the SPY, I'm expecting this bearish pressure and a potential crash into maybe April, right? April 20th, and then move up with GameStop, a V-shaped recovery. But that is it, guys. That is what I got for you for today's video. Tomorrow is going to be an important day with the FOMC, what Powell's going to say. That is it. Check the links in the description. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Socks out.